Lloyd, in the first half, it looked like the team came out a bit flat. Why do you think that was?
Yeah, a bit's an understatement. I actually thought we had really good looks. I first and foremost give them credit. This is a team we knew who they would be. They would be scrappy. They would press. They would switch defenses. They'd zone. They scramble, and what they do is they give you some easy shots, easy looks, I should say. But those are the looks they want you to get, not the ones that we were trying to create. And sometimes it's fool's gold. You're shooting some of those shots because you're sped up and they're moving you. But I thought we were sloppy. It was really uncharacteristic. The not a lot of turnovers. Trey obviously had a lot in the first half, and uncharacteristic. You don't see that from him, and it's just one of those nights. There's a couple that just kind of bobbled up into the air. You don't really blame anyone on. It was that kind of funky night, and I wouldn't say it was flat. I just thought we were sloppy. Some of the shots in the first quarter, missed a couple easy, got a couple blocked. And, it kills your psyche a little bit, and then they make a run, and then they speed you up a bit more. I thought the second half we were able to attack them and hold them, I think, under 45 in the second half. And we take the lead, and through all of that, there's nothing that suggested we would have taken the lead. And I thought our guys came in and competed and then ran out of gas. I give BG a lot of credit, Brandon a lot of credit. He played 16 straight minutes in the second half. And when he was taken out, it's because he had nothing left. And, it's an uncharacteristic and unusual position for us to be in, to be down and to come back and get that lead. But flat was probably not the best word. Sloppy is probably a better one. And once we settled, I think we had 3 second half turnovers. We couldn't capitalize on any of our things down the stretch.
Sarah Spencer.
Lloyd, what made Gordon Hayward so difficult to limit out there tonight?
Yeah, he's tough. We got caught in some of the switches early. He made tough shots. That one at the end, we tried to throw a second body because the shot clock was running down and he hits the fadeaway. But at that point in the game, everything was pretty easy for him. Does a great job of moving. He come out of a timeout and get a back door. We were prepared to blitz him, and he was able to reject that. He's a smart player. He's a veteran player. They paid him a lot of money, and you see why. He's a good player. We had our best defender on him for most of the night, and he just had a tough night defending him. We were prepared to blitz some of those. He rejected about 2 of them before we can get to it. We try to avoid switching the matchups late, and some other guys had to make plays, which was pretty good for a quick stretch, which is why we got back into it. But he's a good player. It's just this is the NBA. Our guy averages 30. He has those nights, and there's a lot of guys in this league that are capable of doing that. Unfortunately, he did it against us tonight.
Joe Patrick with 92.9.
Hey, Lloyd, you mentioned the comeback. When the Hornets kind of pulled away right after you guys had taken the lead, was that just a matter of kind of running out of steam after having worked so hard to your way back into the game?
Yeah, the 2 guys I thought were kind of instrumental in that run was Kevin and Brandon. And if you go back, I'm sure, for Brandon, his were straight. He played 16 straight minutes and he was done. I mean, he rolled his ankle at the end of that play on the fast break. But he was physically exhausted. When we subbed Clint out for John with about 6 minutes or 5 minutes, he was physically exhausted. He was asking to come out. Kevin was the one guy that stayed. But these are some of the decisions you make. You can't move that rotation when they're flowing, and that was what we decided to do. But you're going to end up paying for it down the stretch, and that's kind of what happened. The guys that came back still weren't quite in rhythm, and the guys that got us going were out of gas. And so you play that game of, what do you do at that point? And we had to sub, and we were hoping we'd get a little new energy and capitalize, and they took advantage of it.
Ben Steiner.
Hey, Coach, whether it's in the film or tonight's game, what have you seen out of LaMelo Ball's game, just as a young talent? You've been around a lot of young talent in this league.
I thought the area that really bothered me tonight was he competed for rebounds. He does have good size. He's pretty lightweight, but I thought he did a tremendous job of competing for rebounds. He gets a layup at the end of the quarter. He just outworked everybody. But that was good to see for a young guy, a guy that comes in and competes, and any guy that can get in and get some offensive rebounds, some defensive rebounds, to run in transition at the end of a shot clock. You don't see young guys doing that. That's just pure effort, pure heart. You know, I think they got them going the right way thus far.
Chris Kirschner.
This was the 3-point attempts Trey has had since his rookie year. Why do you think he wasn't?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part of it.
Yeah, this was the fewest 3-point attempts Trey has had since his rookie year. Why do you think he just wasn't as aggressive as he could have been?
What did he have? He shot
3.
3. Yeah, again, uncharacteristic is the best word I can use. Obviously, a couple of turnovers a lot of turnovers in the first half, so it takes away your opportunities. I thought he was thinking a bit much. You know, we'll look at it and see what they're doing. We knew they were going to hedge his pick and rolls. We knew they were switching everywhere. This wasn't a traditional big come up and set a screen, get separation, create. They just switched everything, and they had a lot of their smalls in the action. So we got to make some adjustment. Again, we had open looks. They weren't Trey, but we had open looks. And when you have a team that's scrambling around it, you can't really hold on to the basketball. You have to beat them with the pass. And I thought we moved the ball well. We didn't capitalize, you know, and he's a guy that's going to create the movement. And so he didn't get a lot of the looks. And when he was trying to be aggressive, they crowded him. They did a good job of just crowding him and putting pressure and making him make I thought he was playing the right way for most part. And we just couldn't take advantage of it.
I think we have 3 more. Go to Jamila.
Hey, Coach. You inserted Nathan Knight there in the first a little bit. What were you looking to get for him, and did you pull him because you were looking to go small and kind of stick with Clint?
No, I mean, they're really small. Once Biombo was out of the game, I thought, you know, they play Washington, they play Bridges. They usually play the McDaniels kid. And so they have versatile forwards, and I thought he'd have an opportunity to find a matchup for us. He gets creates a possession for us on the missed free throw. But we were in a big hole. And so now you got to go back and try and see if you can get out of it with some of your guys, your main guys. You don't want to put him in a bad position and let the lead extend. But I wanted to just see if we can get him aligned with the matchup so we could switch a little easier and get some new energy out there and see if we can just change the rotation a tad bit.
Final question from Chris Kirschner.
After losing 3 straight, where do you feel like the team's confidence level is at right now?
Tonight was nasty. There's no shaking that. I'm thankful that our guys were able to get back, take a lead, and show the resiliency that we need in this league. You know, we've seen it on the other end, being up and teams being resilient. We've shown that, you know, this is a league of runs, and we showed that we can come back, and there's no lead that's out of reach. But I think we haven't arrived yet, and the message is clear. And so, you know, as we take a break tomorrow and come back for Friday's practice and travel, we'll be able to get back in, refresh, and work. Our guys, they're high confidence. They're learning each other. They're good character, high character guys, and we'll be fine. But, you know, this is a nasty stretch. And I've said it. I said it at the beginning. Some teams will get off to good starts. Some guys will hit their rut, and some guys will figure it out a little bit later. We're going to get a little bit of all 3. We just need to get out of this rut first.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, Trey, thanks for joining us. We've got a question to